Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Last week I did a couple videos on Afrofuturism. And a lot of people have been asking me, besides Black Panther and besides a couple of these indie titles, where can I find some good Afrofuturism type stories, Afrofuturism, this, that, and the third? Well, like I told y'all, if you want to hide something from Black people, put it in a book, because they don't want to look at books. They don't want to read books. They don't want. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all Black people. So don't box me in and say I made a statement that I didn't make. But a lot, because when I talk about books I've read amongst Black people, they kind of get bored or they kind of, trail off like, what you're saying is boring. Unless I'm talking to somebody who reads books. And it's a choice. I'll admit that. But at the same time, you don't know what you miss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up on game and let you know where you can check out at least some books. That work for y'all? All right. Okay. Here's a few books right here about Afrofuturism. This is at a site called Book Riot. And there is a lot of ethnic read in here. Okay. And they give a really cool description of some of it. Trazer, Kids of Stolen Tomorrow by Joseph O. Adegboyega Idun. Adegboyega Idun. It's the year 9300, and Dara Adileye lives in a world shaped by the miracle of Ilugua, an intervention by the Yoruba gods. There's that Afrofuturism. In the fate of an earth on the brink of collapse decades before she was born, a gifted student and artist with a bright future from a tough neighborhood, her path is derailed when she runs into Trazer Chris Arvello, a mysteriously powered graffiti writer who may hold clues to Dara's true destiny. If that doesn't sound like something that piques your curiosity for reading, let's try My Soul to Keep by Tanana Rive-Du. Jessica is a reporter as well as a wife and mother. Her husband, David, happens to be a millennia-old immortal. Not that she'd know. They met when she was in college, and he was just her Spanish professor. She knows that he's a devoted husband and father, almost too devoted, always wanting more of her time. She thinks her biggest problem is balancing her work ambitions with the demands of family life. Little does she know, a series of murders surrounding Jessica attract the attention of other immortals, and she starts to learn the truth about her marriage. David, in the meantime, has to decide what he can and can't tell her, and what he's going to do next. And as the series goes on, it explores both the futures of Jessica and David and of humanity. That don't sound like nothing you want to look at? That don't sound like nothing you want to get into? Okay, bet. Wait, hold up. I didn't read you this. My Soul to Keep plays with the philosophical questions surrounding immortality, how you reconcile it with religion, what family and love mean when you live forever. Do also examines what it looks like to be a Black woman who cannot die, who lives through slavery, through the rise and fall of empires. To all this, she adds a hefty dose of action and gore. This book is a page turner, and I can't wait to get my hands on the next one in the series, although you can read it as a standalone. Okay? That didn't pique your curiosity? Okay? These are Black situations. These are Black stories written by Black artists. Well, I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to skip this one. And I'm going to go to this one. Elysium by Jennifer Marie Brissett. With its experimental structure, this is a novel that rewards readers who go along for the journey. It jumps characters and time frames, and it puts protagonists through life after life, apocalypse after apocalypse. Through this repetition, we start to see the world of Elysium take shape and the struggle of humanity to survive and protect their loved ones at any cost. I'm being a bit cagey here because to me, part of the book's genius is that you don't know immediately what is going on with the plot, and I would hate to spoil that experience for you. Brissett's genius is in pulling off the complex structure, and by investing us wholly in the characters. We see them in different forms, different genders, different emotional configurations, but their personalities shine through in each chapter and keeps us rooting for them and desperate to know what happens next. It's also a book I wanted to start over again as soon as I finished it, which is a rare book indeed. Elysium is a truly monumental novel, especially when one considers that it's a debut. Give it your time and attention. You will not be sorry. Does that sound like anything you might want to open up and peruse? Here's the one I wanted y'all to see. This is Octavia Butler's Lilith's Brood. If you do not know who the Octavia Butler is or was, because she is no longer with us, but Octavia Butler is like a whole beast when it comes to Afrofuturism and science fiction writing and things of that nature. Let me give you a description. First published in 1987, the Xenogenesis books asks us to consider if humanity is worth saving and on what terms. In Dawn, we meet Lilith Ayepo. She, along with a few other remnants of humanity, was saved from the total nuclear destruction of Earth by aliens called the Oankali. Centuries later, the Oankali have made Earth habitable again, and they begin waking up the humans. But in the time since the humans were salvaged, the aliens have also edited their DNA. Humans can no longer reproduce without the involvement of the Oankali, who survive and evolve by trading genetic material with the other species they encounter as they explore the universe. Lilith's choice is simple but not easy. Help the aliens wake up the rest of the humans and acclimate them to their new reality, or resist the Oankali and be put back in stasis. Her choice and the consequences make up the next two books, Adulthood Rights and Imago. The nuances of consent and compulsion are recurring themes for Butler. Fledgling is also a deep and deeply disturbing look at these concepts. As I toured through the series, I found myself marveling at the complicated portrait she paints. She never shies away from presenting humanity at its worst, and she searches for the best while doing it. Y'all, get into these books, or if not these books, some other books. Book Riot is the site. Go to it, check it out, see if there's something on there that piques your curiosity. I want y'all to love y'all, and you can start doing that by checking out stories about people who look like you by people who look like you. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones, and until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.